Hello everyone, well it's time to have another look at this Vax HF1400. Now I unboxed this quite a while ago on my channel, and then I did a Throwback Thursday video when I managed to get another one, and I unboxed that. Some of you didn't see the original video. So I'm going to do now a demonstration of this machine in glorious 4K or HD if you haven't got 4K capability, but it'll certainly be better than the demo I did on this a while ago at my mum's old house. I'm now at my mum's new house, so I'm going to put some dirt down this time for the upright, because if you didn't know, this is a regular upright vacuum cleaner with tools attached. Works just like a regular bagged upright cleaner, but this Vax can be converted into carpet washing using some Vax solution and these accessories: hose, wand and washing nozzle, as well as of course the dirty and clean water tanks. These all fit on and convert this upright vacuum cleaner for washing carpets. So I'm going to do a bit of a demo. I'm going to put some dirt down. I'm going to see if the stair cleaning hose reaches right up the stairs like it promises, and then after cleaning up the dry mess, I'm going to connect up the shampoo solution, pop some solution in, and get shampooing this small living room. The carpet doesn't look very dirty. There are a few little marks on the carpet though. I think the dogs have left a few little marks, so it'd be interesting to see if it picks it up. So without any further ado, let's do a dry demo first using the Vax in upright cleaner mode. I fitted a new pair of belts to this Vax cleaner this morning, and I was going to make a video of how to fit belts to this, but if you've ever tried to fit belts to this model or the similar new Wave model or any of the similar upright cleaners without the wash facility, you'll know it is awkward to say the least, and especially as the new belts I was fitting seemed a lot thicker than the ones I took off. Now this was new in the box, but the belts had obviously stretched over time in storage. So now eventually I've managed to fit the two new belts. It seems to be working better. It seems to be grooming the carpet better. There's a bit more oomph in the brush roll. So I'm just going to put down some porridge oats, because you know, everyone spills dried porridge oats on their carpets, don't they? Of course they do, yes. And I don't know about you, but when I'm eating lentils, dried lentils directly out of the packet, you know, you can be eating away and somehow, you know, you just manage to spill them all over the carpet, and yeah, it's a nightmare, isn't it, folks? And what about rice? I love rice out of the packet. I don't have popcorn, you know, just straight into the mouth, but sometimes, of course, it misses the mouth, doesn't it, and ends up on your carpets like that. And I find, now here's a tip for you: if you fancy a cup of tea and the electricity goes off or the gas goes off, you may have been cut off for not paying your bill, or perhaps there's been some catastrophe at the power station and there's no power and you want a nice cup of tea. Well, what you can do, you just take some loose leaf tea, put it into your mouth, and then just drink some water. It can be cold water, and go and just sort of swill it around, and then you've got all the tea flavour. But I don't like tea. I do like tea though, because the loose leaf variety, because it's a nice dark colour and it shows up very well on these light colour carpets, or in this case a light grey carpet we have here. And it's a bit of a plusher pile than the carpet I have at home. So that's quite a mess, isn't it? Here's a very full SIBO bag. Now, oh dear, it's very dirty. I know some of you folks who see me doing this are absolutely appalled that I'm putting my hands in. Look at that, look, I'm not dead, not dead. I've been breathing this sort of thing in for years. I've been putting my hands in dirty vacuum cleaners since I was a wee nipper. And as a fully grown male animal, I do not have a single allergy. That's because all the time when I was a kid, he says, trying not to cough, all the time I was a kid, I was building up my immunity and getting into a right old mess. So anyway, that's a bit of a demo for you. I've never properly demoed this. I showed you it working in an old video, but I never actually put any extra dirt down. So this will be a first for this Vax. It's not going to cope with these great big clumps, so I'll have to sort of, you know, separate those a bit. Wait until the dust settles, and then we'll see if this 1400 watt upright cleaner can pick all this mess up before we wash the carpet. Well, that is a bit of a mess, isn't it? Let's hope this Vax picks it up, because this isn't my carpet. But don't worry, I'm sure it'll get most of it. And then I'll go over the whole carpet with the Vax in vaxing mode. Right, but until then I'm going to try it. Go through the middle. There we are. Oh dear, my lovely polished Vax is covered in dust. Never mind, it's got a bag in it, hopefully. And I've got it on the setting. I think I'll up it actually. I'll go to one setting up from that, so we'll try it. It's a bit creaky. It's on the sort of medium to low pile carpet setting. Okay, here goes. It's a bit noisy, but that's not bad. Look, little bit of whatever that is, bit of dog hair. That's not done bad at all. A few tiny bits left, only small particles, but a couple more passes, I'm sure we'll deal with the rest. Okay, not bad. I'm going to pick up all the rest of this and then I'll vacuum the whole area before I start the carpet washing process. Before I set this Vax up for carpet washing, I'm going to put in a new bag. Now, I've never thought of doing this before, but it makes sense really, because the suction power from this cleaner determines the performance of the washing head. So obviously the more suction, the more dirty solution it's going to pick up. So if there's any restriction to the suction power, i.e. a full bag, it's going to affect the pickup. So I'm just going to take out this bag, which was empty when I started. Now, in theory, I suppose I could not fit a bag, but I don't know. I don't think it'll let me close the bag door. You still need a bag in. Yeah, you still need to put a bag in. So the filter, little stickers come off where it says maintenance tool, which was pretty useless. This maintenance tool here, this orange device, that is one of the actions of that is supposed to help you put the belt on. Well, it was useless, to be honest. But anyway, I managed in the end. So in goes a new bag. But as I said, in theory, no dirt should get anywhere near the bag when you're carpet washing. and there is a little filter in the top of the dirty water tank. But I think now I'm going to get the full suction power, and obviously we need to make sure that the electronic dial is set to maximum. Right, I'll just go and get all the washing kit and fill the clean water tank with some warm water and Vax solution. The clean water tank takes 4 litres, which is quite a lot considering it doesn't really look that big. So 4 litres of warm water gets mixed with 160 millilitres of Vax solution. Now I was going to use the original solution that came with this, but it's quite old and I don't think it'd be very effective now, so I'm using some modern Vax Ultra Plus PET solution. So the dilution rate for this is 40 ml per litre, so I've put 160 millilitres of the solution into the tank and topped it up with 4 litres of warm water. This is the dirty water tank where all the soiled solution is collected, so we need to attach that to the back of the machine. So first of all, we just need to disconnect the built-in hose, pull that away from the machine, and then hook this. It's got a metal bracket on the back. We need to hook it onto this piece here at the bottom, and that's firmly in place. Then we need to take the suction hose, hook it over the top hook of the vacuum, and then the suction end goes into the top of the recovery tank here. Make sure it doesn't actually fit in very well, it just stays there, so you've got to move the hose about until it's in position, so that seems okay. I'll take the dusting brush off. I'm not sure if I need to, but I'll take it off anyway. And then we take the quite heavy, now it's full, solution tank and pop that on the top. It just fits in neatly, as you can see there. So now I've just got to add the hose wand and washing nozzle. The hose plugs into the recovery tank here, so it's just a push and a twist action until it fits securely in place. Then this is the solution tube, so we need to put this end into the clean water tank, and then this orange cap needs to be pushed on very firmly, otherwise it won't work. Make sure that's on securely. Yep, that's on. Next we need to attach the wand to the handle, so it goes in with this black end that goes into the handle end, so you just push and twist to secure it, and then the solution tube at the top of the wand just goes into this little part here underneath the trigger. That just pushes in, make sure it's fully in, and then onto this end we need to attach the Vax washing nozzle, complete with the washing plate, which if you haven't seen before I'll show you what that's for, but we need to ensure that that's still on. So with the machine frontwards, with the nozzle frontwards, sorry, you put the tube into the clear washing head, and then this part of the solution pipe goes into the top of the nozzle. Let's make sure it's in firmly. So there you go, we're all set up, ready to wash this carpet. The washing plate needs to be in place on the nozzle because it needs to help the solution flow through. Once we see the solution coming through this pipe here, we can remove the washing plate. So basically we turn the machine on full power, open the trigger, or in fact you just slide this to the open position, and then we'll wait until we can see the solution flowing here. Okay, so the solution has reached the nozzle, so now we can slide off. It's dripping a bit, but that doesn't matter because we'll be sucking that up. Obviously the solution isn't flowing now because we've turned the cleaner off. When we turn the cleaner back on, we should start to see the solution flowing again as I clean this area of carpet. Well, hold the presses, stop everything. This demo has been aborted. And why? Because the machine has stopped working. Now, it hasn't blown up in spectacular fashion. I know you'd have liked to have seen that. It's just died, basically. Now, I did notice an electrical burning smell as I was using it, but I've had it on for quite a long time, longer than you've seen in the video, because obviously the video is edited. And I thought, oh, well, the motor's warmed up and it's probably just the new motor bedding in sort of thing. But then I thought, my Vax tub started to smell, and that was the suppressor. And I don't want the suppressor to blow. Anyway, so I let it cool down, plugged it back in, switched it on at the switch here. The switch lit up, so there's power going to the machine. So it's not the fuse, but the machine would not turn back on. So I suspect it's those nasty little ticking time bombs, the suppressor, that has probably melted. I don't think it's going to blow in this, but it's probably melted like it did in my other Vax. So I'm going to have to get this open, find out where the suppressor is. If you know where the suppressor is located in one of these, or the new Wave, it's probably the same machine inside, please let me know and I'll get that suppressor out, and hopefully I'll be able to use this machine again. But in the meantime, I've got to finish this job using an upright carpet washer. So it's a bit unfortunate, but it's a vintage machine. It was brand new though when I got it, but with an older machine that's been kept in storage for a long time, you expect this sort of thing to happen. What I can show you though, before I end this video, is what I've managed to pick up with it. We'll have a look at the dirty water. I can either tip the dirty water out through the hose inlet, or I can take this top filter and float valve off. We can see actually if there's any muck on the filter when I take this out. Well, that's quite clean. Well, it is spotless. And there's the float valve. Look, little ping pong ball, because that's all it is. That is a ping pong ball. Okay, I'll empty it. I'll empty it out from the top. Let's see how dirty the water is. Well, as you can see, not very dirty, but then I'm not really surprised. I mean, the carpet, the bit I did do, did look brighter, and those stains did seem to come out, but obviously, you know, the carpet's new-ish, but it does need a bit of refreshing. I'm going to finish the job using another carpet washer. Anyway, it was fun to use while it lasted. So there you go, the Vax HF1400, a nice idea, but it's pants, really. Typical Vax quality. No, this, to be honest, is better than the Vax cleaners. I've had a lot of problems with Vax cleaners bought brand new. Some have been faulty when I opened them, and some developed a fault within a couple of weeks. So I'm not impressed, unfortunately, with Vax. They have some good products that work well when they work, but they often don't tend to work for very long at all. This one at least is a made in the UK model, and it's a good idea, I suppose, in theory, but in practice, well, it's very awkward to use, very difficult, and obviously this one's gone kaput. It makes me think, I had this before, if you remember, and I did sell that one, and I think it went to a person that wanted a vacuum cleaner. It didn't go to a collector, so I wonder how long that one lasted. That might have had the same fate as this one, just stopping. Just before I go, I'm going to plug it in again, just in case it might have been a thermal cutout that's activated. Who knows? So I'm just going to plug it in again and just see if it blows up. Okay, I've turned it on at the cleaner. It's on maximum. Here goes. Right, are you ready? No, nothing. Let's just turn it off. I shouldn't be so scared of these things, honestly. But you can see, I'll just quickly turn it on again. When I press the on-off switch, it should illuminate. Yes, so it's not the fuse. There's something a little bit more serious going on. Well, that really is it. You can't win them all, can you? I think I'll be able to breathe life into this machine again once I've opened it up and found the suppressor, which I assume will look quite melted I'm assuming it's that. It might not be that, but I'll open it up at some point. So I don't think you're going to see this for the foreseeable future, but you've seen me unbox it again and you've seen a demo again, so hopefully that will be enough. I wouldn't recommend it unless you're a collector and want one. They're a bit rare to get hold of, but as a quirky machine, it's quite an interesting appliance to have in a collection. But if you want to wash your carpets, don't get this. See you all very soon. Bye for now.